This is my learning target on 8B. I will be analyzing a sequential circuit. So here is my sequential circuit. This is a simple elevator. It goes from the ground floor all the way up to the third floor. Here we have our two flip-flops. Here's our J1 and K1, and the given equations are down below. J1 and K1, and our J0 and K0. These are JK flip-flops. We also have our clock, our clear, and a set, but the set is irrelevant. It has no functional use. So we also have our inputs, and these dictate what floor we want to go to. So over here we have our clock. Let's clear the set so we go back to 0. So looking back at our state diagram, we can see our floors and our inputs. Now if we want to go to level 3 and we're at ground, 3 gets entered in from our inputs, which is 1, 1. It will follow, and like an elevator, it has to stop and has to go through each floor. First floor follows the 3 input, second floor goes to the third floor following 3. So let's test out its functionality. So we type in 1, 1 for our x inputs of x1 and x0. On the next positive clock pulse, it shall go to 1, and we'll add in our values to see how everything works here. So as you see, we have a 1 over here, and we see that we have Q0, Q1 is at 0, and Q0 is at 1. That is why you're given a 1. On the next floor over here, on the next positive clock pulse, we should see our Q1 be a 1 and our Q0 will be a 0. As you see, our Q1 is 1 and our Q0 is 0 by our simple equations here of how they are opposites. Next, we click it one more time, and we shall see both Q1 and Q0 being toggled to 1 on the next positive clock pulse. As you see, Q1 and Q0 are both toggled as 1, and it outputs number 3. Now looking back at the state diagram again, we can see that if we want to go back down to, let's say, the first floor, we follow the inputs and we type in 0, 1, lead us to the first floor. So from 3 to 2 while following the 1, from 2 to 1 following this 1 over here. So let's test that out. We type in 0, 1 into our circuit. We look here at, we are at floor 3, and on the next positive clock pulse, it should change to floor 2, and we will see Q1 and Q0 changing, as Q1 will be 1 and Q0 will be 0. As you see here, we have Q1 being toggled as 1 and Q0 as 0, just as it's supposed to be. Now if we go one more floor down, we see that Q1 will be 0 and Q0 will be 1, just as it should. Now this is my analysis of a sequential circuit elevator example.